Welcome in to the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and by Metcalf Trucking Company. Today we sit down with the head coach of the Foreman Gators, Ed Baker.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Arkansas preseason football preview. I'm here with Coach of the Foreman Gators, Coach Baker. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
First of all, I want to talk about your transition here. You said this is your first year here. You came from Oklahoma. Tell us a little bit about what that's like moving from Oklahoma here to Arkansas.
Well, actually, I retired out of Arkansas 6 years ago. My last job was at Perryville in Central Arkansas, and went to Oklahoma. Spent 6 years in Westville, Oklahoma, and was ready to come back to Arkansas. And I kind of had a connection here with Coach King that used to be here several years ago. They won a state championship here in 2017 when he was the head coach. We did flexbone camps together in the summer when I was at Perryville. So he brought the Foreman kids up there, and they would stay a couple of nights, and we'd do camp with the Harding coaches. And we did that a couple of years. Then actually my first year in Oklahoma was his last year here, and he brought the kids over there where I was at in Westville. So that's kind of my connection to Foreman. I've always been a small school guy, and that's what intrigued me about this place. There's not very many AA schools anymore, and they kind of struggle in that area, but that's what I grew up in, and so that's what I'm looking to get back to. That's why I was excited about coming to Foreman.
Oh yeah, all right. I know you, once again, this is your first year, so I can't really go a whole lot in detail, but tell us about some of your returning players, sophomores that are going to be juniors this year, or even juniors that are going to be sophomores this year.
Okay, we got 3 returning seniors. Our senior class overall is small. I'm talking school-wise, not just football, but so we only have 3 football seniors, and they're DJ Anderson, Kenneth Hanna, and Wyatt Duran. Those guys, so far, they've been really good leaders. They're working hard, trying to move things in a positive direction. Kenneth will be a center, probably start at center for us. That's where he's been working. And Wyatt will probably be one of our offensive tackles, defensive end. Kenneth will be a defensive tackle. And then DJ will be one of our slot backs. And we looked at him in the secondary, and we went to team camp a couple weeks ago before the dead period. And due to personnel shortage, we put him at outside linebacker, and man, he really played well. So we think that's probably where he's going to play. So he's probably going to be one of our outside linebackers. So those 3 guys have been really great. We're low numbers wise. Right now we've got 21 on paper. We'll probably wind up with 18 to 20 kids. The line is where we're going to struggle as far as numbers, offensive line wise. Right now we're looking at 7, possibly 8 kids there. Obviously we'd like to have more depth there. Some of our juniors that were sophomores last year, Colton Broomfield will be another lineman. Caleb Buchanan will be one of our B-backs, fullback type kids. Ethan Craner going to be a split end slot for us. Defensively, he'll be a secondary guy. Caleb will be a linebacker on defense. Broomfield will be a defensive tackle. We had a kid move in earlier this year, Calvin Davis. He could be really special. He's going to be probably a tight end for us / tackle, but he's a guy that tight end, we could probably line him out, split him up, stand him up as a split end as well, and then he'll be a defensive end for us. Matthew Kowicki will be a lineman for us, both sides of the ball. Keenan Marshall is another kid that moved in. He's going to be a slot for us and probably play in the secondary. Everett Marks is returning split end. He'll be a secondary guy for us. Hunter Maynard, slot / split end, defensively be a secondary guy. Cannon McElhannon, a little tough, raw. He'll be a split end for us and a secondary kid, tough guy. And then Landon Shirtliff, he's returned. He's played several spots on offense. I think he played some quarterback last year. He possibly could be in the quarterback mix, or he might wind up as a tight end, fullback. He could play multiple positions. And then defensively, he'll be either a defensive end or a linebacker for us. Jackson Stapp, he's a returning lineman. He'll be lineman both sides of the ball, probably a defensive end, offensive tackle. And that's our junior class. Our sophomores, kids that moving up. Brody Bearden, he moved up and played last year as a freshman. He'll be a B-back, fullback for us, and he'll be a linebacker on defense. DeJuan Britt, be offensive defensive lineman. His brother Marcus Britt, he'll be an offensive defensive lineman. Kalen Easter, he's in the quarterback mix. He's a sophomore. He's got a chance to be a really good athlete. He'll either play outside linebacker or in the secondary force on defense. And then Rylan Johnson, another kid, he's in the quarterback mix, and he could possibly play a split end. Defensively, right now, he's a middle linebacker, but he's probably going to play a linebacker spot. C.J. Sewell's another kid that moved in. He's got a chance to be a really good slot for us, and then a secondary player, probably a safety for us. And then a last kid, so Dylan Shaw, he's a returner. He's going to be a split end defensive secondary guy. So that's the crew. That's the 21 kids right there.
All right. When seniors come up, a lot of the times they like to take initiative and be leaders. Tell us about some of the leadership skills you see in not just your seniors, but the rest of the team as a coach, from a coach standpoint.
Right now, those three seniors have kind of stood out as far as leadership. And like I said, they're trying to get kids to do things right, pay attention, stay focused, all that kind of stuff. It's hard when we talk to these kids about it, because I've been in this situation before. I'm the fourth head coach in 4 years, so that's going to be tough. Kids, until they know you're going to be here, they're going to take that with a grain of salt. And I don't know if I need to listen to this guy or not. He's probably going to be gone. So you got to win the kids over. But those three seniors they're helping us try to do that, and just got to get the kids to believe that, hey, these coaches are going to be around. The whole staff's completely new, and there have been turnover in the assistant spots too the last few years. So big thing is getting the kids bought in, and those three seniors that I mentioned earlier have done a really good job of doing that. They could be the kids. They should be the kids with the worst attitude because of going through 4 coaching changes. But those three they're really trying to do things right. That's going to help us.
Let's take another look back at the roster. Who are some kids you see working extra hard out on the field or in the weight room or just behind the scenes in general that you think are going to be surprises for the people in the stands?
Well, Kalen Easter is one. Like I mentioned, him being in the quarterback mix. We know he's done some stuff on his own outside, and he's texting coaches and like, hey, I've been working on this. I need to work on that. So I think he's been putting in extra work. I think Brody Bearden, that fullback, linebacker kid, he eats up football. He's got a chance to be a really good football player. That's his thing, is football, and so he's another one. And then again, those seniors they're really working hard and trying to do things right. So
a lot of time as the head coach, you get the blame, whether it's good or bad, whatever it is. A lot of time that goes to the head coach. Tell us about some of the assistants that help out with the team behind the scenes on the field, what their role is on the team.
We have a 4-man staff, and like I said, we're all new to Foreman as far as coaching. Coach Carter, that you guys met earlier, Michael Carter, he's been teaching here, and he's from here. He graduated here. He went out and did life. He was in the military, in private business, construction work, and then he decided to get his teaching degree. So he's been teaching here a little bit, but it's going to be his first year to coach. So we're excited about having him because, like I said, he's a Foreman Gator, and he's excited about coaching. Richard Fawcett, one of our other coaches we hired, he's new to education, kind of same deal. He went out and did life. He's been farming and selling insurance and those things. He decided he wanted to get into education. He's done some coaching as far as coaching his kids in baseball and those things, but he wanted to get into it full bore. So he's going to be new with us in teaching and in coaching. And then Peyton Harlow is going to be our defensive coordinator. He graduated from Harding University and played there, so that's going to be a benefit for our kids because we're running the same offense he ran in college. Like I said, he'll be our defensive coordinator. And this defense, we're going to run a 4-3, and he helped implement this defense as a volunteer at Harding Academy, which is where he went to high school. So he's been helping out there the last couple of years. he even did a stint with the Cowboys as far as volunteer doing some stuff with their organization. So he's got some good experience too. He's younger, but he's not straight out of college. So, but it's going to be his first teaching job. So anyway, so we're all excited. So Coach Fawcett, he will coach our split ends and our secondary. Coach Carter's going to coach our offensive and defensive linemen. Coach Harlow's going to work with quarterbacks and fullbacks, and then defensively he'll work with linebackers and be the defense coordinator. So.
Coach, it sounds like you've got some great guys on your staff. Tell us a little bit about what your defensive scheme is going to look like coming into this new year. How it's going to be different from last year?
Well, I'm not quite sure what they did last year, but we'll be in a 4-3, as I mentioned earlier. Coach Harlow, like I said, he has experience installing this scheme at Harding Academy and working with them. So we're looking forward to getting the ball rolling defensively, and he'll kind of take the lead on that. So.
Okay, and let's take a look at the other side of the ball. It was the same thing for offense.
Offensively, I'm sure they were a spread shotgun type team last year. We're going to be under center flex bone, which again, that's what Coach King did here for several years, and I think even Coach Ivory did it a year or two. He took over when Coach King left and did a good job as well. And so that's what we're going back to. That's what I've done the last 12 years, 13 years. And like I said, I had worked previously with Coach King when he was here, doing those flex bone camps with the Harding University coaches. So we're excited to get rolling on both sides of the ball.
All right, let's take a look at your preseason schedule. What teams are you playing? How tough is that preseason going to be leading up to conference?
We have a scrimmage scheduled at Spring Hill, but I think we'll actually be scrimmaging with I'm not even sure the other two teams. It's going to be. We're not going against Spring Hill because that's a conference game for us, but they're hosting, and it'll be us, Spring Hill, and my mind has went blank. It's two other teams are coming in there, so Spring Hill's off the top of my head because they're who's hosting, but we won't actually scrimmage them.
How tough do you think those games are going to be leading up to their conference games?
That'll be tough. It's good competition. That's why we wanted to go there. I think they're both bigger schools, if I'm remembering right. But okay, yeah, Smackover's one of them, and I know Coach. He used to be at Lincoln several years back, so they'll be ready to go. He's got a lot of numbers. I think he said his numbers are in the 50s. So Smackover is one of the schools. And there's another one that joined late that was looking for scrimmage, and that's the one I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I think they're a 3A school as well, if I remember. So it's going to be good competition. So Spring Hill will go against both of them, and we'll go against both of them, but us and Spring Hill won't.
Right. Let's go ahead and take a look into your conference schedule. Once again, what teams do you play, and what are you looking forward to be able to make it less difficult on these kids?
The conference schedule. Let me go back. You mentioned, were you talking about our non-conference games?
Yes.
Okay. We'll play Hampton week 1. I think we have Parker's Chapel the next week, and then the big rivalry, we'll play Horatio, our third non-conference game. And so, yeah, all those will definitely be a challenge. Hampton has a lot of kids coming back. I think they played a lot last year, so they should be solid. Parker's Chapel is moving up from 8-man, but I expect them to be solid. And then Horatio, that'll just be that's big rivalry, so that'll be they're gonna play hard. Our kids play hard, so that'll get us ready. Conference season wise, you mentioned, I think we open with Junction City, who's loaded, moving down from 3A. They're gonna be really good. They should be a state title contender. Murfreesboro, I think maybe we play them the next week. We hit the ground running in the conference. Murfreesboro is gonna be really good. Their coaches do a really good job, and they've been good the last several years. And then I think we have Mineral Springs after that. They're loaded, lots of good athletes. That's going to be a challenge for us. And our other ones after that, we finish up with Lafayette County. That'll be interesting because that's where Coach Ivory's at now, and he does a good job there. So I know they got some. I think their quarterback is supposed to be really good coming back. Again, I haven't seen any of these. I haven't watched any film of these because the conference is kind of different than last year. Derek should be good. Coach Ernst always does a good job there. That'll be a tough one for us. Trying to think who our others are. Those are 5 I can think off the top of my head. There's 2 more that I'm missing. So,
Well, I got one last question for you. We've asked every coach this so far. It'll be a successful season for the Foreman Gators if
the kids stick together and buy in and worry about the process and doing the little things right, not worry about wins and losses and looking at the scoreboard. We're trying to instill in them that you can't control those things. You can control your attitude, your effort, and the decisions you make. Can't control officials, can't control your opponent. All you can control is you. So if they'll worry about controlling themselves, their attitude, their effort, their decision making, giving great effort, and sticking with each other, that's going to be good.
All right. Thank you, Coach. This has been the Arkansas preseason football preview with Coach Baker. Make sure to find us on Facebook. Give us a follow on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.